Welcome to Dram Alive. This is a collaboration between Three Men and a Whiskey and Folk and Horror Phenomena. This is my chance to bring two things I love together, whiskey and horror films. So this is number one, the first in our series of Whisky Pairings. If you love whiskey and you've got an interest in horror, this might be of interest to you. So our very first whiskey that we've got is Paul John's Brilliance. I'll roll the clip here. This whiskey came out in early 2013. And the barley is actually from the foothills of the Himalayas. That's pretty interesting. Lovely looking bottle. Lovely looking colour. Let's have a taste of it then. Lots of cereal on the nose. Kind of getting more towards apricot, kind of. There is fruit, but it's not really super sweet fruit. Fruity, but not like fruity as in you might get from a winter dram. The producers say it's got quite a big honey element. I'd say that's true, yeah. Quite a lot of honey. And vanilla. The Master of Malt website has this absolutely correct. There's definitely a green apple skin on the follow-up. Kind of like when you first peel it and it releases that aroma. The honey is still pretty strong. It's got like a mild spiciness to it. Kind of more towards pepper, really. A spice mixed with pepper. White pepper on the back end. And it's described as having like a taste of brown sugar laced with a little bit of spice. And the vanilla is quite intense. Not kind of creamy, overly creamy like you might find in some whiskies, but there nevertheless. This is a really good whiskey. Actually, it retails pretty well. This is around the £45, £46 mark. So this is incredibly enjoyable dram. But what could we pair it with? You've seen the thumbnail, so you know already. I think a good pairing for Paul John's Brilliance is the film Sunshine by Danny Boyle. Now, apologies, there isn't an Indian horror here. Not as clued up with them yet, but I'm getting there. So Danny Boyle's Sunshine. Sunshine came out in 2007. So Sunshine is a film where the Earth is dying. And so a space mission is sent up to create a star within a star, is how they describe it. Deliver like a chemical atomic payload which will reignite the sun. So life on the Earth will have a better chance because the crops are dying, it's cold, all that kind of thing. If you know Danny Boyle, you know his films have an edge to them. A human edge, I would say. They are, like any film, they have an interesting plot, but it's always anchored with human issues and emotions being at the centre of it. There was an expedition before, on a ship called the Icarus 1, and this follows the crew of the Icarus 2. It's got some notable cast on it. Cillian Murphy, obviously springboarded his career a little bit, but went on. Peaky Blinders just made him amongst the stars somewhat. Michelle Yeoh, after Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I believe, so her career had got really big in the West, but hadn't reached the heights yet. You got Chris Evans before his Marvelness, and also Benedict Wong. Benedict Wong being in Doctor Strange, another Marvel film. It's humans being pushed into an environment they've got no reason being in or thriving in, and they make mistakes as they go through, you know. And the key thing that makes this horror work is a psychological aspect. Please note, it doesn't really start as a horror film. Arguably, it's not really a horror film till the last third. Before that, it's typical sci-fi or disaster movie or whatever you want to call it. So, Why would you drink Paul John's Brilliance while watching Sunshine? Well, to take a quote from the film, total light envelops you. It completes you. So in most horror films, darkness is the issue. It's the thing you got to worry about. The other film where I remember light is a big issue is probably Riddick. It might be the second Chronicles of Riddick. The sun is dangerous in that. But here, it's incredibly dangerous. It is a life giver, but it's also the cause of so many problems. The sun is at the centre, like Paul John. Brilliant in colour. And you get this, and with the wall of honey you get, and vanilla you get, when you for the foretaste of Paul John. It's like the heat from the sun. And in this film you got characters who, they just get obsessed with the sun. It's almost cultish. They will lay their body out, put the sun up really bright, and have like a spiritual experience. I think a lot of people say that drinking whiskey is a spiritual experience. It goes well with this film though. And then partway through the film, they find the Icarus One, and it's a decision of, do they go to see what's happened there, or do they carry on with their primary mission? And Chris Evans is there all along. He's kind of like, he's a logical person. He's got the right answer for what needs to be done, but not the human approach. Maybe if they'd listened to him, then none of the problems would have happened in the first place. While you're sipping on your Paul John Brilliance, watching this film, there's some really, really nice bits in it. The sun, like I said, the sun is the centre of everything. It's got some beautiful cinematography. You see fires on the ship. You see everything go up. You have these beautiful scenes where the screen is saturated with the light. One of the characters dies during an instant by the ship. Another character says, "What do you see? What do you see?" Looking for the religious experience in being close to the sun. And then when the horror begins, the cinematography is really good. There's these subliminal cuts that happen, and it's just great, really. The film gets really hallucinogenic as well. You see where the danger's coming from, but you don't see it clearly. So it leaves a bit of ambiguity in there. Is this a slasher film? Is it sci-fi? Is it actually cosmic horror? Is it that there's something greater that's causing all this? Or is it just someone who's gone absolutely nuts with being stuck next to the sun for a long time? So this is up there with some of the best sci-fi horror that's ever happened. Event Horizon is obviously very high on the list. But Sunshine has its place, and like I said, its connection to the horror of human behaviour, the horror from desperation, the kind of mild encroachment of faith, insanity. It makes it a really, really interesting watch.